Thank you for tuning in to Mr. Cliff's Toy Shop. On today's review, we take a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Skrull. Today I'll be reviewing this figure in the following categories: accessories, articulation, design, is it essential to your collection, functionality, and price. Once our scores are totaled, I'll give you my opinion if this figure is a pass or a purchase. So once you take figures out of package, they come wrapped in this. Let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. So for accessories, this comes with more than what I was expecting. You get an additional head sculpt, sort of an angry smirk. The eyes are painted well. You get two weapons. This is the one that they teased originally. Other than the purple, no paint on this. And then you get another weapon. Pretty cool, but again, no paint on it. Feel like the only thing that's missing are an additional set of hands. So for accessories, I'm going to give this set an 8 out of 10. So for articulation, we've seen this body a bunch of times. So with the head, he's able to look way up, all the way down, rotation. And you get just a little bit of tilt. The arms are able to kick out that much. They do rotate a full 360. You do have an upper bicep cut. The elbows are double jointed, bending in that much. The wrists are on a hinge, so it will allow you to go side to side. So for the torso, the front part is able to go forward, way down, backwards a lot. It does rotate, no pivot. The leg is able to kick all the way out to the side. It's able to go forward about that much, backwards about that much. You do have upper rotation. You have an upper thigh cut here. Next point of rotation is at the boot. The knees are double jointed, kicking all the way in. The foot is able to go, let's try forward first. Forward that much, backwards about that much, and it pivots in and out about that much. Nearly forgot, you do have a butterfly joint, allowing the arm to move forward that much and backwards that much. So for overall articulation, what more can you want than some pivoting around the torso area? I'm going to go ahead and give the Skrull a 9 out of 10. So for design, let's go ahead and take a look at it. For the most part, I do like the paint applications. I would have preferred if this was sculpted rather than just painted. I think the head that we have is fine. The green is good enough. The yellow in the eye looks pretty good. But I don't think the Skrull should have been on this body. I'm not particularly fond of this sculpt for them. And I'm sick of these Marvel Legends feet at this point. So for overall design, I'm going to go ahead and give the Skrull a 7 out of 10. So are the Skrulls essential to your collection? Well, let's go ahead and pull up a little history. So the Skrulls first appeared in 1962 in a Fantastic Four comic. The Skrulls hail from the Andromeda Galaxy and was essentially known as this race that took over worlds or planets. Many years later in the Silver Surfer comic, we get more insight into the Skrull race. So the Skrull were actually visited by the Celestial a billion years ago, and the Celestial ran some genetic experiments. Those experiments broke the Skrulls up into 3 subspecies: the Prime, the Eternal, and the Deviant. This is the Deviant. The Deviant Skrulls went on genocide and started to wipe out the other groups, becoming the dominant shape-shifting Skrull that you see before you. So as far as toy options, a few years ago, Marvel Legends gave us the Super Skrull, much larger bulk. Unfortunately, to get that character, you did have to buy that Fantastic Four wave. It was a Build-A-Figure. So not the easiest character to come across unless you're willing to spend a few dollars to get it. Toy Biz also did some versions of the Skrulls, which do not go cheap. They're actually more expensive than this figure. And Marvel Universe had Skrulls as well. So if you're looking for some options, there are options aside from this one. So for the Skrulls, they have played essential parts in the Skrull Kree Wars, Secret Wars. So I'm going to say, as far as being essential to your collection, I'm going to go ahead and give the Skrull a 10 out of 10. So for functionality, this should be relatively quick. Let's go ahead and pop this head off. Let's go ahead and put this head on. Pretty tight. Ooh, it was very hard to get this head on. You may want to heat it up. I think I actually bent the ears doing so. So we do have the head on. Let's go ahead and prop one of the weapons in. That was easy enough. And let's go ahead and prop this one in. I'm going to finagle with that a little bit. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. As you can see, the Skrull does pass the stand test. And to end things on functionality, the only thing that I would have wanted would to be some pivoting around the waist. So for overall functionality, I'm going to go ahead and give the Skrull a 9 out of 10. So for pricing, the Skrull comes in at $15. Add in taxes and shipping, you're looking at a price point of about 16 bucks. So is the Skrull worth the price of admission? So first, let's see what he comes with. In terms of accessories, I think that you get a decent amount for the price. The only thing that's really missing are an additional set of hands. Considering you get an alternate head sculpt, 2 weapons for the price of $16, for overall pricing, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 10 out of 10. That should give the Skrull an overall cliff score of 53 out of 60. So now is the Skrull a pass or a purchase? It's very rare that you can army build for the price of around $16. Unfortunately, this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. This figure is sold out. It has been sold out for a long time. At some point, it should come back to the site, but this will be one of those figures that you have to constantly watch because as it comes in stock, people will buy them up because they're army builders. So it is an absolute purchase. This character is important to the mythos of Marvel. And if you are a Marvel Legends collector, this is a figure that you want to have. I'm not particularly keen on the body that was used for it, but for the price point, I think that you can sort of excuse it. All right, so here's the Skrull standing by itself. Let's go ahead and throw in the Spider-Man and Amazing Friends. I don't know, this is a 3 or 4 inch action figure line. Let's go ahead and throw in my incomplete Joe Fix-It. If anyone is selling the arms, please let me know. I'm willing to buy. Come on, Joe, stand up here. Let's go ahead and move Spider-Man. Let's throw in the McFarlane Gorilla Grodd. Great looking figure. Too small, however. Yeah, may not stand either. Oh, there you go. And last but not least, let's go ahead and throw in another Marvel Legends Army Builder. Mine is very warped right out of the box. Pretty unfortunate. So thank you for tuning in to Mr. Cliff's Toy Shop. I hope to see you during the next review.